Namaste friends. In this video we are going to discuss on constitutionalism. What is constitutionalism? Constitutionalism is a doctrine that calls for constitutional supremacy and observance of norms and value of constitution. Here are 4 points of Hilaire Barnett which he described in his book Constitutional Law and Administrative Law. Number 1 is concept of inter vires. Decision made by ruler should be within criteria of law. Second one is respect of individual rights. Third one is disperse power in various government agencies. This means separation of power. And fourth is accountable to electorate. The person, the ruler, should be accountable to the people who elected him or her. These are the 4 points of constitutionalism. Constitutionalism is measuring rod of democracy. It is the concept of limited governance. Constitutionalism carries the philosophical value of democratic ruling system. What is the relation of constitution and constitutionalism then? It is better to have written constitution for constitutionalism, but having constitution is not sufficient to ensure the constitutionalism. For example, in UK, there is no written constitution, but still we regarded UK as mother of constitutionalism. And in Nepal, in Panchayat system, there was constitution of 2019, but that system was absolute monarchy. There was no constitutionalism. This is the relation and differences of constitution and constitutionalism. Characteristic of constitutionalism. Actually, constitutionalism is the norm of democracy. So, characteristic of democracy and characteristic of constitutionalism is same thing. First one is supremacy of constitutional sovereignty vested on the people. Second, separation of power and check and balance. Independent and competent judiciary. Power of judicial review. Periodic election and adult franchise. Protection of fundamental right and human right. Complete press freedom, rule of law and limited governance, observance of democratic values and norms. These are the basic characteristics of constitutionalism. Let's talk about development of constitutionalism. Magna Carta of 1215 is regarded as first document which declared king is also not above the law. Justice Coke's verdict in Bonham's case. The case was important for the judicial review of Parliament enacted law. Petition of Rights of 1628, which have provision of individual rights protection. Bill of Rights of 1689, which ensure frequent Parliament and free election in United Kingdom. The US War of Independence that give birth the first written constitution. French Revolution, which is important for civil law and fair representation. The case of Marbury versus Madison, which is important for judicial review in United States. Bonham's case is judicial review in United Kingdom, and Marbury versus Madison's case is judicial review in United States. Establishment of United Nations, that is important for the protection of human rights. After establishment of United Nations, there are 5 human rights documents which are regarded as International Bill of Human Rights. Those are Universal Declaration of Human Rights, International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, and its 2 protocols. It's altogether 5 documents are known as International Bill of Human Rights. These are the very outline of development of constitutionalism. Let's talk about type of constitutionalism. We will discuss political constitutionalism, legal constitutionalism, economic constitutionalism and social constitutionalism. Let's start with political constitutionalism. Limited government within the framework of democratic constitution. Periodic election, adult franchise, separation of power and check and balance, majority rule, multi-party system, provision of constitutional bodies. These are the features of political constitutionalism. And the problem of Political constitutionalism in Nepal, we can say cephocracy. Cephocracy is formal election to election, not representation of true desire of people, but formality of election. And hung parliament, no party get absolute majority, short-sightedness of political leader, political instability, recurring dissolve of parliament. Those are the problem of political constitutionalism in Nepal. Legal constitutionalism. In legal constitutionalism, judicial review of parliament enacted law and governmental decision are so much important, because political party, if they got majority, they can put anything in law or they could decide anything, and competent and impartial judiciary should protect the right of people and constitution. Court having power to interpret constitution and law, that is the fundamental of legal constitutionalism. Independent, impartial and competent judiciary, court as the protector of constitution. These are the features of legal constitutionalism. And what are the problem of legal constitutionalism in Nepal? Politicization of judiciary. You know, in judicial council there are 5 members, and big portion of the judicial council is political member. So while selecting the judge, there is political influence, and delayed justice, inadequate manpower, not fulfilling the vacant post of chief justice and other judges on time. While recording this video, post of chief justice is vacant about 1 year. No uniformity of precedence. These are the problem of legal constitutionalism. Let's talk about economic constitutionalism. Constitution not only directs the democratic political system, but also has the vision of ending economic inequality, fair distribution of resources, and achieving economic progress and prosperity. And problem of economic constitutionalism in Nepal are poverty and deprivation, economic inequality, unemployment, trade deficit, brain drain, high concurrent expenditure, rampant corruption, weak private sector, high dependency on foreign resources like remittance, foreign aid and loan. These are the problem of economic constitutionalism. And last not the least, social constitutionalism. Development of egalitarian society by ending all form of discrimination and social malpractices, and developing new values which dignify national identity, the value of labor, and socio-cultural heritage. This is the essence of social constitutionalism. Unity among diversity, social pluralism, and civilized society with promotion of indigenous culture is important aspect of social constitutionalism. What are the problems of social constitutionalism in Nepal? Caste-based discrimination, social malpractices like chaupadi, like those, glorifying being rich using fair or foul, even person is rich using corruption, the society think he did progress, non-implementation of the provision of Social Practice Reform Act. These are the problem of social constitutionalism. In conclusion, we can say constitutionalism is the doctrine that embraces the idea of constitutional supremacy, limited government, and democratic value and norms. A written constitution is preferable but not compulsory, as constitutionalism is not about the formality but about the implied notion of people's supremacy. Institutionalization of democracy and interpretation of constitution in the light of equity, justice, and good conscience could be true adherents of constitutionalism. Here comes end of our discussion. Feel free to comment and take part in the discussion. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. See you in next video. Thank you.